Hey, what's up guys? So welcome back to the channel. Joseph Fountain here. If it's your first time to my channel, typically I talk about anything having to do with money. For the most part, we talk about a lot of investments. We talk about a lot of things you can do to just be a wise investor. And we try to talk from a basic level so everyone can understand. With that being said, I am currently coming to you guys while me and my family is away on a mini vacation. You can see wrinkled shirt. I just been lounging. I haven't really been doing too much. But before we left to go on our trip, on our vacation, I got a chance to study a brokerage account that I have been looking into studying for some time. In fact, I was trying to study this company back when I was starting to switch from my Capital One investment account. If you've seen any of my previous videos, I made a Capital One share builder goodbye video based off of the fact that Capital One was selling off their brokerage, and Capital One Investing is one of the brokerages that I had. It was one of the first ones I had that I used, so I was a little bit heartbroken that they were selling off their brokerage to E-Trade. Not that there's anything wrong with E-Trade, I just didn't need it. So I had transferred some of the assets over to one of my main brokerage accounts and then transferred to another. However, I was in the middle of studying M1 Finance, but I never got a chance to finish. So before I actually went on vacation, I got a chance to just go through the brokerage company, and I have to say I was pretty impressed. I was so impressed that I am literally considering taking one of my brokerages that I use and transferring those things to M1 Finance because I like what they offer. M1 Finance also offers the fractional share piece where you can invest in the fractional shares, meaning you can take whatever money you have and invest it into a stock or a fund, and you don't have to necessarily have all of the money for it, but whatever money you have will buy a piece of that. And they also have automation as well, and they have a pretty cool system. So I thought it'd be great to just do this review tutorial, just kind of so you guys can see what it's about and see what I'm actually personally considering, why I'm considering actually, using this as a brokerage for myself for some of the things that I do in investing. As always, before we get into the tutorial, the walkthrough, just keep in mind that, pros and cons are based off of the person and their preference and what they're looking for. And so this might not be for everyone, but always do your own research. You can check it out yourself, get a chance to see how things work for yourself, and then you can make a decision based off of that. Hey, but let's get right into the video. Hey, so what's up guys? And as stated, let's take a look at M1 Finance. I have to tell you, I've been very impressed. So like I always like to do, I like to look at, just the website from starters, which you can look at without having to open an account, which you can go in and you can just see all the information in regards to them, about them, how it works. Their PI system, which is really cool. They operate over a PI system because it's almost like you get a chance to, well, pretty much you're able to build your own portfolio, and you can put in your portfolio what you want. It's like you're creating your own ETF. Like, it's one thing to have a portfolio and you have different things in it, but you're actually kind of creating your own portfolio that you can fund. Okay, and so let's say, for example, like you can see here on the front screen, like they have an example of Google, Apple, Snap, Amazon, Tesla. You could pick those, and then when you invest money into those portfolio, you can actually have your money equally split into that portfolio. So let's say if you put, let's say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you put $100 into it, then you can easily have $20 go to each one of these stocks. I think that's awesome. It just gives another spin to building a portfolio. It's really clever, and it also gives another spin to fractional shares. If you just want to invest in, the shares, you can actually just, create a portfolio and just have a, stock in it, which I'll show you in a second. But it's really cool how they set things up. It's a little bit different than your normal brokerage account because of the way they have things set up. But I think it's really good for long-term investors and people that are really looking to build some type of portfolio. So you have 4 different accounts. You have your individual, your joint, you have your retirement, traditional Roth, as well as the self-employed IRAs. for those that may be freelancers, self-employed. And then you have your trust accounts also, which, how awesome is that? So they make it simple, just kind of similar like you've seen with Stockpile. I think Stockpile is a little younger, so maybe Stockpile got the idea from them. But you can see they love to use the easy ways of identifying the stocks and things like that. So this is really great. So here you can get more about their automation process, which is just basically just automatic investments, which I absolutely love. Then you have your information here about why they did everything. If you were to go through these things, you could find out a lot of information about everything they do. So if you were to come and you were looking to see about all the fees, you can find more here. It has all the information for you, like right here, fees, like we talked about. What does the platform cost? It's free. Now it says we don't charge any commissions or markups on trades. M1 has a $100 minimum account size. Now the funny thing about that is, now I know previously, and this is back in April, but I know previously, in order to open an account with M1 Finance, you need to fund it with $100. However, it seems as if you don't really need that, and I'm going to show you why. But what I mean is to open up an account. So like I said, I'm really just starting to get into this, and I'm really starting to like this particular platform. But here you can see they have all the other information here for your facts, just so you can get all the information you need. We ain't gonna go through all of that, but it just has everything that you can think of when it concerns you investing and things of that nature, and just understanding what the company's about. For your concern, he's a member of the SIPC, and all the information down here that you need at the bottom for your concern, for those that are always weary of these things that are popping up, or these different brokerage accounts they may never heard of before. So they have all the information here. So let's take a look on the inside. Now here is an account that I opened up. Now when I started to review this, I wasn't necessarily interested in partaking a part of this brokerage, because like I said before, I have the brokerage accounts that I use. I don't need a lot of brokerages. The few that I really use, they serve the purpose. However, with the recent closing of the Capital One self-directed, if I had taken the time and research, I never finished, but if I had taken the time and really gone through this, then I probably would have transferred the things that I had transferred out of the Share Builder brokerage account that I have, and just sent it over here, because I really like this platform, and I am seriously considering it on a personal level to use this instead of one of the other brokerages that I have, where I'm also able to do the fractional shares and things of that nature. There's more you can invest in with this, and I really like that. So this can be an addition to the brokerages I have, because I really like the platform. And like I said, I'm considering removing one of the brokerages that I use and using M1 Finance in replace of it. So so this is pretty cool. So let's say here, like I just said, for example, here is how you can set up your account, right? So you have your portfolio. Your portfolio will show you your cash, everything that you have that's in your account at the time. All right, you see your auto investor is on. You can toggle off here, buy, sell. You can rebalance your portfolio. Rebalance your portfolio, which means you can take and it will shift the money based off of how you have your portfolio set up. Okay, so here all I have is Facebook in this portfolio. I have not funded this account at all. That's what I mean. I'm not too sure if you need $100 just to open it up, but now you're able to open it up for free basically, and then start to invest money and fund your account. So portfolio shows normally what any portfolio would show. Once you start to put money in, it will show you your growth, your what's been going on from a day to as long as you've had a portfolio, and then also have your markets here, typical things that that you need for the information. Has pretty good information here for you to not have to leave the platform if you want to do some some studying and research. You have your portfolio movers, your watch list, etc. And these portfolio movers are based off information, things that you plug in. But then you have your funding here, which you can fund your account, etc. Then you have something interesting which you can borrow if you want to borrow money from them, which is pretty different and new. But this is about managing your money and doing better. So I'm not really interested or going to go into the borrow section, but here is where you can discover. Now this is also where you're able to start building out your portfolio and building out your pie, I guess you will, right? So here it says my portfolio, right, under my pies, right? So let's go and create a new pie. Now to create a new pie, you're going to get all this information here. You have plenty of things to choose from. You have stocks you can choose from, funds you can choose from, right? And you can select these funds based off of what they are. And you can see you have a pretty good list of funds to choose from that you can use to build. You also have your pies, right, that you can use to put into your pie, which, if that makes sense. So then you have your expert pies. Here you can see some that are kind of pre-set up, right? Let's say general investing. You view the pie and it shows you here how it's like a little, it's like an ETF within an ETF or a fund within a fund type of thing. And so let's say ultra aggressive, you click into that, then you can see how everything is set up, how it's been doing, right? And then you can see the performance, and then you can see all of the holdings that are in there, right? So they give you some guidance with that. Then you also have your watch list if you have anything in there. I don't, but let's go back to stocks. So here's like where you can see all the stocks that are available here. They have them numbered, so that way you see there's a pretty good number of things that you can invest in. So let's say, for example, you want to build out a tech pie or portfolio. Then you could say, let me put Apple in there, let me put Amazon in there, let me put Google in there, Microsoft in there, Facebook in there, right? And then you can add them to your pie, right? So then you go to funds, and then you can start to choose the funds you may be interested in. And you can also add those as well. And you can see they have a great number of funds as well. So let's say we want to put some real estate in. So you can see industries and sectors, real estate. And here you can see an example of a particular fund, and you can see all of the holdings that are in it, right, for the real estate. So you can choose that, and you get to see all the information. And let's say you like Simon Property Group. Yeah, I really want to put some real estate in there. Then you hit that plus sign. Bam, it's added to right at the bottom to your pie that you're building. All right, so let's go back to funds. And then let's say you want to, and that's just how you can search different industries. And you see total results, they have 1,900 funds. So it's a lot of diversity. So you can also add, say you want to add an S&P, there you go, you add your S&P. And you can even want to add your pie in that you already have. That will also, it will be a pie within the pie. Then you can go to your expert pies if you want to, but see, you have those things, and then you just hit add, and it's creating your pie. And so now you can see your pie that you have, right? So your new pie, you got your real estate, you got your S&P, you got your Amazon, Apple, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, all in there. See how cool that is? And you can add to the portfolio, you can edit the portfolio. So that way, if you wanted to allocate different percentages. Right here, you can see you can change things, and it's going to allocate it for 100%. Now, this is why I absolutely have started to really like this, because like I'm saying, you could choose all the stocks of your choice, and what you could do is you could then, like I said, put $100 or $200, and it will go to this particular fund. This fund right here that we just created live so you can see it. If you put $200 on it, that $200 is going to be distributed 15% here, 15% there, 14% there, 14% there. So it's going to distribute based off of how you have it across your entire pie. So you can go in one time and choose what it is that you really want to invest in, and then all you have to do is send money to that portfolio, and look, you can do it. You can do it automatically. You could do it automatically, and then all you have to worry about is just, I guess just going in and check it, but you don't really have to worry about going in and having to, buy individually, go in, let me get shares of this, let me get shares of that. You just have one transaction go, and it takes care of everything in the portfolio. Man, that's super great. Now, this is good for people who may, want to invest long term, but this is also great for people who may be new to investing. That's one of the reasons why I looked into it. One of my biggest markets of people that I talk to are people who don't know much about investing. So this makes it brings some simplicity to that area, which I think is great, man. Like, really, I haven't really found anything that I don't like about it because of the way they have things set up. So I think that's awesome. But yeah, so basically with your funding, like you see here, auto invest. If my cash balance exceeds $10, M1 will automatically invest my entire cash balance. You can choose it to do that, like to just automatically do it, right? Don't auto invest my cash. Auto invest my cash over a set amount. And I mean, I just think this is absolutely great. You can set up automatic investing, and it's free, and you don't have to worry about it. So and here, if you want the account, do account transfers, rollovers, etc. Yeah, so this is just definitely something that I think is worth looking into for someone who is interested. It's very simple. They have webinars that they have for you if you want to learn about it. Can't remember where it was, but they have webinars where you could, right here, see, here to help. We want to help you make the most of M1. You can watch a webinar here, and they'll answer your questions, etc. Yeah, so it's all in one place. They have a blog just like everybody else, but yeah, this now brings a lot of simplicity to the area. It's been out for a minute. I just had not even really got a chance to take a look at it, but here you can see do less, earn more, automation. So if you're busy, etc., this can definitely work for you. And this platform is pretty good. And like I said, it's a free platform, meaning you can invest for free. They do want you to fund your account with $100. However, you can open it up, and I think they may have changed it because it's very unclear. Because just open up the account, I wasn't forced to have to put the $100 in, but I was able to open up the account. So I'm not too sure, because I read something from the CEO, and he was saying that he just wants to change up things as much as possible, and they want to keep doing things that makes it easier for people. So, but funding it with $100, that's still relatively inexpensive for starting to invest. It's, $100 may be a lot of money to some people, but it's not a lot of money in general, and you can set up a plan to just invest $10 a week or $10 a month until you get to that $100 or whatever your situation may be. But this is just another brokerage account. There are other ones that can cater to someone who aren't able to put $100 into an account or whatnot. But like I said, it's kind of unclear if you actually got to have $100, because I can literally, you know, put whatever money I want to put in. This is awesome. They're always evolving. And so before we end, I'm just going to give you a quick glance at the app so you can see how simple it is. Hey, so here we are, guys. We're at M1 Finance app, and let's take a quick look at what the app looks like. As you can see, the app comes up with pretty much what you saw on the desktop screen. You have different options here where you can also scroll. You have your markets, which is pretty set up pretty user friendly. Your funding tab, your borrow, discovery. That's where you can discover what's going on. Wow, Apple's market cap is at $1 trillion. Yo, that's dope. Crazy. But got your funds here. You can see all the information on the side, and if you click into it, just like with any stocks or anything like that, then you're going to see more information. You can add to your watch list. You can get the graph charts here, which you can see that's face sideways. Then you can go back. Expert pies, just like the desktop, it's all set up user friendly. You have your my pies. You guys saw me create this one here, which I'm going to delete that one. That was just for you guys. Yep. But then you have your activity, no activity because I ain't did nothing. Your holdings, no holdings because I just started to really dive into this. You have your settings, your support, which has information here. So if you ever need anything, if you're interested in this, you can come here and you can get all the information you need right here. As we talked about the fees before, but you have all that stuff. Have a contact us up here. You have your disclaimers, etc. So yeah, this is pretty dope. Fairly simple, not difficult. You can see here, once you're in a portfolio, you can add slices of the pie to keep everything in pie form. Then you have your buy and sell, your rebalance, details, etc. So yeah, M1 Finance, it's definitely worth the taking a look into. Like I said, personally, I think I will be adopting this in place of one of the other accounts that I use to buy, little things that I may be really interested in. But yeah, so this is pretty cool. I hope this has been a helpful tutorial, review, walkthrough for you, and hope you guys are getting close to your goals, starting to make progress. And as always, thanks for learning with me. Peace.